What's good? This is X again. And as you guessed it, based on the picture, we are going to cover fucking anime today. Now, I get a little worked up with anime. I'll try to keep my composure. We'll start with Goku. Dragon Ball Z, absolutely. Peak of anime. A lot of the anime community considers Goku as the father of anime. Not, but they do. It shows how beloved the character is. Fight scenes can be amusing, but I've always hated Dragon Ball, and here is why. Every time they release a new show for it, it just seems like the same fucking thing as the previous season. It just seems like you're just getting a bunch of the same thing, but with upgraded animations. Nothing new. Tournament here, tournament there, death here, revival there. Rinse and repeat. Then you got the games that come with it. They're all the same fucking thing. It just seems like all you're doing is getting the same type of game for Dragon Ball, but with a few new characters and animations. Not enough to really hold the attention, but we will say, yes, Dragon Ball has earned its right to say it's peak. With a capital P. And then you got the next three anime. You got One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. Me personally, I know a lot of people hate on One Piece because it's too long. The story takes too long to pick up, but it's my favorite one. I love Monkey D. Luffy. And even though it takes too long to get into it, even though it's overplaying itself, One Piece has undisputably earned its right to be called a peak anime. It has earned its right on that throne. Same with Naruto, obviously. Now, let me fucking tell you, fucking Naruto. Naruto was a bang-up show. Growing up, getting home from school, watching it late night, phenomenal show. Gotta love it. Naruto Shippuden came out. We loved it. He got stronger. The stories did not stay the same. The overall story kept advancing. Peak. It was beautifully done. And then how it ended, I was content with it. Like you finish watching it, and it gives you that nice teaser taste of how he's the Hokage and he has a family, and that's great. It was a filling show to watch. Then they released the monstrosity of Boruto. I don't care what any one of you say. The fact of the matter is, Boruto, that show should not have existed at all. None of the real Naruto fans liked it, and most Naruto fans can even agree. It makes no fucking sense. How they have a generation of newer kids in a time of no war but a time of peace with no real severe training, but somehow they are all so overpowered they're stronger than their parents who grew up at a time of war. The story was stupid. The story made no sense. Honestly, there are quite a few fans that only watched Boruto because they wanted to see what they thought would be the inevitable death of Naruto or Sasuke, or hell, both. But what did we get instead? Imprisonment for Naruto. Like, what the fuck is that? Now, there are some games for Naruto that actually were kind of fun, but they were the typical fighting anime style games. It is what it is. But they were all popular. They were all loved. They were all enjoyable. And then you have Bleach. Cannot complain too much about Bleach. It was a very well done anime. The show was phenomenal. The characters were loved. The fight scenes were intense. And it did not end poorly. Hell, even the games for it were pretty good. Still to this day, the mobile game Bleach Brave Souls, still loved and enjoyed by all. I mean, most of these anime games have mobile games that are the typical gacha type style. But with Brave Souls, I would recommend giving that a try, because then it was not a pay-to-win game. If you were willing to put in the time to grind gems out for summons, you could do that. Or you could be like me, be impatient and buy the gems right fucking outright, but Bleach was peak. Then you had the next line of anime, which obviously was Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, and Black Clover. Now, My Hero was a great anime. It was loved mainly by the younger generation, but it was a phenomenal anime. Definitely earned its right on the throne with the others. And then you have Demon Slayer. Cannot argue that the first episode hooked us all. The first episode went hard. And I mean, it just broke through the brick wall. Everyone who watched it, just the first episode, immediately knew they'd love it. That was the type of anime it was. The first episode was all you needed to know you're going to love this show. Then you have Black Clover. Now, do not mix my words. Black Clover was a great anime. The story was great. The characters were lovable. The fight scenes were amazing. It was if you compare it, Black Clover never hit the same way the others did. Just did not. And because of that, I will honestly say it does not belong anywhere near the throne. It's a great anime to watch. I will always recommend it to anyone who has not seen it. But it did not hit as hard as the others. It definitely does not earn the right to be called peak. Then you have the next line. Jujutsu Kaisen, Solo Leveling, and surprisingly, a lot of people were saying One Punch Man. Kiss my ass, One Punch Man. I'm not saying it was a trash anime, and there are parts to it that are worth watching, but it's not peak. And anyone that wants to say it's peak, this is what I recommend for you. Go watch more anime, expand your horizons, and then realize how stupid you've been. Still worth watching, but does not deserve a spot on that throne. One Punch Man, Black Clover can get booted off. The other two, though, Solo Leveling and Jujutsu Kaisen, both phenomenal anime. Stories were great. Anime characters, fight scenes, everything about it left you hooked. Everything about it made you want to know what's next. Definitely worth giving a shot if you have not given them a go yet. Granted, Kaizen's game, don't do it. It is 100% a money-grabbing fucking gacha game. They did not hide it whatsoever. Now, I would like to recommend from time to time different animes for people to watch of different generations. Now, I would say, we'll start with the perverse one, of course. High School DxD. Great anime. It was an amusing thing to watch. It was filled with humor. But even though it was filled with humor and, let's face it, so many tits, if you watch it uncensored, but the story leaves you hooked. The fight scenes leaves you in awe. It just all around might not have been a peak anime, but it's something enjoyable to watch that you won't regret at the end. Without any spoilers, I'll say it ends in a way where, yes, there's more to the story and you know they can release that next season, but it doesn't leave you on such a cliffhanger that you're pissed off. Another one, and I'm going to be listing two more, but the main ones I'm listing right now for this first video are mainstreamed ones that you should have already heard of, but in case you haven't watched them, they're not short anime, so it gives you some time. I was reincarnated as a slime. That was another one. Very well worth watching. It's your typical isekai reincarnation type anime. But it was one of those animes that I love so much that you could literally play your video games and have this playing in the background. The story was overly amusing. The fight scenes actually would pull your attention into them. And with how they're playing it out, it doesn't really leave you on the biggest of cliffhangers, but it leaves you wanting more and happy that more will be released. Definitely not something that you'd be miserable about. And then lastly, surprisingly, there were some people that never heard of it, but Jobless Reincarnation. That's another isekai one. It amused me because it had the perversion, but not as much as High School DxD. But it had the perversion mixed with humor, with that fantasy adventure going with it. The story wasn't short. The anime itself is not complete, but it does not end in that irritating fucking way that they like to end shit. It ends in a way that keeps you content to wait for the next season, which they are currently making. Now, I'm going to wrap it up here for these, but for future videos, I'm going to want to recommend some different animes, but they're going to be more on the lower side that you probably wouldn't have heard of them. And I'm going to try to pick one from the horror generation. I'm going to want to pick one from the fantasy type and then one from a romance type. Because there are some of you flowers that love those romance stuff, which I really can't knock too much. I mean, some of them are actually kind of cool. Actually, let's throw another one in there. An anime called Your Lie in April. That one was worth watching. A sad but romantic type of anime. Definitely give that one a go. But much love to you all. And for my next clip, I look forward to hearing what your thoughts are.